Is there a moment of community or fan interaction? It could be one that is quite, sincere and earnest, that really stands out to you as maybe just a favorite or particularly meaningful or funny moment.
When someone brought me some saucy artwork that they had done, saucy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Voiced By, which is a voice actor on voice actor interview format where I do a deep dive on some of your favorite voice actors in a hopefully fun and sometimes surprising way.
Recording in progress.
Today we are joined by none other than Alex Jordan and Gatsby, apparently.
And Gatsby, yes. He refuses to leave my lap right now. So we have the extra special guest of the boy called Gatsby.
I mean, automatically this will be the best episode ever. So I mean, we've peaked already, guys.
I'm cheating. I'm winning hearts by just simply bringing my dog on screen.
I mean, that's always a valid strategy. And so to briefly explain the format of the show for you and anyone who might be watching for the first time, we go through 4 segments where we just look into various different aspects of you and your work. We're going to break the ice a little bit with some background questions, just for people to get to know you and all the amazing projects you've worked on. Then we'll do a little silly segment called Lore Crafting, which is just, fan theories or us just coming up with silly answers to silly questions about some of your game's characters. Then we'll talk a little bit about your range, which I know is pretty impressive. And finally, we'll talk a bit about community interaction and, of course, memes. So, nice. Where might the viewers know your voice from? And now I know it's a very long list, so maybe give us some highlights.
Okay, so my first game was Telltale Game of Thrones. I played Asher Forrester.
I wouldn't lie to you. You have my word.
Jiyan in Wuthering Waves.
In the name of Qinglong, return to the beyond!
Mr. Hands in Cyberpunk.
Ah, it isn't V. V, my favorite merc. Splendid.
This is the moment where every time I do it, my brain starts to go blank.
I mean, with that many amazing roles, I don't blame you.
I've been very lucky. I reckon where we're at now, I've been chatting to my agent, we reckon over 100 games now.
Oh, wow.
And I love it. It's the best. It's the best.
Well, I mean, you've absolutely smashed it, especially in recent years, but you actually started with voice acting a long, long time ago, because before you even went to drama school, you were actually discovered by an agent because you were doing impressions on YouTube. When you started that YouTube channel as a teenager, did you imagine you would be here where you are now?
Not really, no. I mean, I was in a very good youth theatre. I was very lucky where I grew up. There's a theatre called Chichester Festival Theatre, and the youth theatre there is genuinely insane. It's wild. The facilities we were given access to, the professionals we were given access to. So I always was from when I was very young, I was like, right, I want to go and do acting. And I was, auditioning for drama schools, and I was in the youth theatre. And it was while I was in the youth theatre, I basically started doing impressions, and I kind of saw these 2 guys who were having a Captain Jack Sparrow beef against one another,
right,
over who could do the best impression. And I basically kind of stepped into the middle and was just like, why don't we all just calm down and take a step back? We don't need to fight over this, and immediately in the comments, people going, oh, well, this guy's just ended the argument. It was so good. Because bless him, it was back in the early days, their impressions were all right, but now that with access to TikTok and YouTube and everything, there's a million people who could do it better than them. They just happened to be the first ones on there. So I was an early adopter of YouTube and started uploading. I think it was 2006. And then I just kind of carried on. And I obviously now I have since my channel, I've not really done anything so much with it for a while properly. And it's kind of gone down and down and down. But yeah, around the time I was found by my agent, I think I had about 50,000 subscribers, which for 2008 was that's
impressive.
That was a big old number.
Yeah.
But basically he found my videos and was I actually went and looked at the email that he sent me the other day. He's like, might be shooting myself in the foot here, probably going to take work away from myself, but I think you're really good and I'd like to set you up with a meeting with my agent. So I went in.
That's amazing. And what a nice gesture as well, because as you say, he could have just gone, oh, this guy's the competition, I'm not gonna give him any help. But
I like talking about Terry whenever I can, because I'm the guy, he's fantastic, and he deserves all the love because he's just a really nice guy.
Well, what a legend. And I mean, since then, as we said, you've been in some of the biggest games in recent years. You have a whole, pretty much every game that has come out that people have been talking about lately, I feel like you have been in it. So I suppose if we go back and find the middle point between doing impressions in 2006 to where you are now, what was the first time you kind of felt the trajectory of your career really shift? When was the first time where you felt like, okay, this is like a breakout moment for me?
Well, I think there was a moment with Dark Tide where I basically started playing the game and jumping into lobbies with people in the community just that, had no idea it was me, and just kind of playing in character on voice comms.
Oh, amazing.
And I did a couple of videos of that and people really enjoyed it. And that was a moment where I went, oh, wow, okay, like this is like, there's a moment here where I'm also connecting with the community in a way that feels really cool and exciting. And is maybe like, not the traditional, hasn't been what voice actors have kind of done up until now.
Yeah.
That was a moment. But then I really think CDPR going out to party with CD Projekt Red in Poland on the release of Phantom Liberty and getting my character's hands tattooed on my ribs.
Oh, wow.
and basically, yes, Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk's a huge game. I think there are like 35 million copies sold now, which is absolutely wild. That was a moment where I was like, okay, it feels like, and that's why I wanted to get the hands done, because that was for me a moment where I went, I feel like things are changing here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to mark that
and
moment.
Obviously, we know each other from having both worked on Wuthering Waves. You voiced Jiyan. I believe he was the first banner character. And I know the game was, it was popular when it came out, but I think it has become more popular over the past 12 months. It won Player's Choice at the Game Awards very recently.
It did.
And so even though I suppose your character and your work was more heavily featured in the start of the game, do you still feel that additional interest in the character? Do you feel that at conventions or when you interact with fans? Do you get more people now? Even though he hasn't
for
been
sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I did definitely get some more, like, right at the beginning, but I still get people, I still see people walking around as Jiyan at conventions. That's really, really cool. It's interesting because with a game like this, when you play a banner pull, I kind of felt like once the game started to evolve beyond, Jinjo and all that stuff, I was like, okay, this is the time of the new banner pulls, and like, and just kind of take a step back. And I like to still engage with the community and step in, but I'm kind of like, this is the moment for all these other characters to do their thing and to kind of have their shine, and I'll engage with the community, and I look forward to, fingers crossed, the day when we get to see him come back and then get to sort of like jump back in and join the party. It'll be
And obviously you are known for your very impressive games credits, but you actually work across all mediums of acting, really. You've performed at the National Theatre, you've been in the best reviewed film of all time, Paddington 2, and you've even been on EastEnders, so I mean, that's like the UK trifecta, I think, of ticking all the boxes. Do you find that having all this stage and screen experience help prepare you for projects?
I would say that yes, because I actually think I find performance capture to be the most exciting medium to work in. Between booth work, stage work, and screen work, there's the sweet spot right in the middle of all of them, which is in the volume, which is performance capture, because you get to give a screen performance on a stage where you're not thinking about cameras. Yeah. The camera is digital. Your performance is captured, and then they get to decide at a later date where the camera is going to be and what the lighting is going to be. So you just get to enjoy in the moment just the pure, absolute play of being in a space with another actor and just spitballing stuff and trying stuff in a way that feels to me like just the perfect blend and the most like play.
Yeah. It's like the perfect evolution, I suppose. You're still in a space and you are there with other actors, which is something we don't get to do as much. Have you ever recorded with other actors there, just voice stuff?
Do you know what? I mean, there's like audio drama stuff that I've done in the past with a company called Big Finish. Gatsby is deciding he wants to chew my hand right now. Audio drama with stuff with a company called Big Finish. But on a game, there was one game that I did years ago called Biomutant.
Right.
And myself and Alex Wilton Regan, who has just been announced as Lara Croft.
Yes.
Alex and I were in the same studio, in the same building, but in two separate booths. And we could hear each other. And we were talking to each other. So we were recording side by side, responding to each other, which I'm like, we should do that more often. Like, we should do that so much more often. I understand that booking out 2 studios at a time, but then you go, you're still going to have to book out 2 studios worth of time anyway.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense. We were playing the angel and the demon on the player's shoulder.
Right.
That we had to be like arguing back and forth. And the developer was like, well, you should have that kind of feeling. It needs that bouncing back and forth. So we did. We went in, we recorded it. And I think it kind of really, really helped. It made it so much easier to give a good performance, but it's so rare. It's so rare that we do that.
It is. Well, going back to the altars then, because you're playing several different iterations of the same character. Is it 12 different versions?
Yes, 12 different versions and my own father.
And your own father. Well, how do you approach such an incredible feat of keeping every iteration distinctly separate but believably the same person? Is it all just in the intentions of the characters or the versions of these characters, or did you also do vocal distinctions? Do they sound different?
So to begin with, it's kind of the very building blocks are the writers, Kasha and Magda. It's the way in which they write the characters. It's the voice with which they write them. And then we've got Damien Goodwin, who's the director, the performance director, who's worked on incredible games. And then, we've got like the producers with Michal, who's sort of like overseeing everything all the time. So there's like an unbelievably group effort that oversees everything. And then from me, it's like, there's different vocal distinctions between them. There's regional accents that we got to play around with, and we got to play a bit with that sort of kind of slightly heightened realism of, they wouldn't necessarily have this, drastic a difference to their accent. But we are playing around with the idea of, are these identities even real to begin with? Are they from a parallel universe? Are they just completely fabricated? But honestly, exposure. Like we've done now with the DLC that we're working on, we're probably around like 440 hours, somewhere around there.
Yeah, of course.
And when you just spend that much time with characters, like they start to become different people. It's like psychologists would have a field day with it.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Thank you.
This is just something we do because people love to theorize about games, right? And so this is the time to explore things that are absolutely not canon, guys, but just, silly questions about hypothetical scenarios on some of the games you worked on. And I feel like we have to talk about the altars, because if there was an alternate The Altars, where it was a different of your characters who existed in 12 iterations and had to work together, who do you think it would be most interesting to see, and how would it go for them?
100% it's Mr. Hands from Cyberpunk, because he's such a secretive guy who hides in the shadows. And then when you finally meet him, you realize he's just a really chill guy. Like, he's maybe slightly morally compromised, but he's a chill guy. And I just think it would be fascinating. This guy who operates in the most dangerous part of the most dangerous city, like runs the criminal scene largely. I think him, like sort of like multiple versions of him running this district of Pacifica, and how would they operate together, and how would they clash against one another in their pursuit of operating, because he also has the grandest designs out of all of the fixes in Night City.
And so I suppose a follow-up question to that would be, well, if Natural Six added a 6th party member, because of course it's 6 because you have 5 players and 1 game master or dungeon master, but if there was a 6th party member and that would be one of your characters, who would be most interesting to throw into that mix?
Jiyan.
Do you think he would complement the other characters?
He would, but also he's the total opposite of the character I play right now.
Yes.
So I think that would be really interesting. That would be really fun to have.
Do you think you'd try and steer them into a very different path than they're currently on? Or do you think they would not corrupt him, but do you think he would mellow into their line of thinking?
I kind of see him as uncorruptible. I think it's it's an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. It's impossible to answer until it happens. But if
Yeah.
it does happen, don't know if it would go well for anyone.
He does strike me as sort of a lawful good.
He's the
kind of-
definition
yeah.
of lawful good. Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so this final one was actually a question supplied by one of my mods who is a big fan of yours. If Geralt of Rivia, Clive Rosfield, and 12 Jan Dolskis get into a bar fight over who has the worst parental issues, who comes out on top?
Okay, so are we saying it's a bar fight over the parental issues?
That's a good question.
It's a conversation.
That's a good question. Okay, would that affect your answer, do you think?
Well, here's the thing. If it was just a conversation, I think they are pretty much at a stalemate.
Right.
There's maybe... Like, Clive's dad was a good dude. His mum, not so much. So I think, there's issues there, but by and large, good dad. It's between like Geralt and Jan. I think based on how much more I know about Jan's dad and how I know how he was 12 times with 12 different versions of him.
Yeah.
I would say that Jan would win the daddy issues. But in terms of if they would win a fight that broke out over that argument, Jan is dead. Jan is dead. It doesn't matter if there's 12 of him. It doesn't matter if there's 50 of him.
So, going quickly back to your range, we've talked a bit about how you started as an impressionist, and you were very generous in giving us some examples of some impressions. Do you still do it? Do you still ever get to do it? And if so, what's your favorite to do now?
I do. I do indeed. Yeah, every now and then I have something that comes along, which is like, first of all, it was because of my impressions that I even got started in video games. Like it was Telltale Game of Thrones. I was asked to come in and read for Tyrion Lannister.
Right.
And I went in and did a Tyrion, and they were like, great, cool. And then I ended up losing out on the role to Peter Dinklage, and I was like,
fair enough, I suppose.
that makes sense. But I remember in the room just being like the guy who owns the studio going, no, you're saying it wrong. The character's name is Sansa. And I was like, yeah, but Peter Dinklage says it Sansa. He always I just still have such clear memories of that audition room. Yeah, I still get to.
Yeah, well, would you still want to do a play, if the right thing came along?
Do you know what? I don't think I would now, because the way in which my career has gone and the stuff that I enjoy doing, I love doing video games. And if you're doing a play, you're spending all day in a rehearsal room and then you're spending all evening on stage. And, I don't think the two things would be able to coexist. At that time, I was doing some game stuff and I was doing advert stuff. And the advert stuff can coexist with it because you're in the booth for 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
But when you are consistently in a booth over several months, it starts to conflict with rehearsals and stuff. So I genuinely don't know if I would, because I'm just loving what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and who could blame you? You're doing amazing. I know you went viral for doing some additional vocals for Baldur's Gate 3. To those who don't know, I believe you provided some of the sex noises for some of the characters. I'm just incredibly curious as a voice actor about what would the audition brief have looked like for that? Was it actually a brief, or were you already working on it and then they said, hey, could you do some additional grunts and no-nos? Or...
So it wasn't even an audition. That was recorded at Pit Stop, but the stuff that I did was not recorded at Pit Stop. So very often when you get towards the end, the tail end of recording a game, when they're working on it, there's so much stuff that needs to be done. There's not enough studio space. There's not enough hours in the day. So they turned to other studios to do overflow. And they turned to a studio that I've done a lot of work with called Molinaire. Molinaire is right in central London. They do some really great games. I'm good friends with one of the people who works in the production office there. And she was just like, do you want to be in Baldur's Gate 3? I said, hell yes, I want to be in Baldur's Gate 3. She was like, great, I'll send through the script. Sent it through. And I got a message from her that just said, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what do you mean? I opened up the script. It wasn't a script, really. It was just closed mouth, light, closed mouth, medium side, closed mouth, heavy breath, whatever. And I just replied to her just saying, "Oh God," and she just replied back going, "I'm sorry, I thought this would be normal." But at that point I'd already said yes, so I was in.
I feel like they, in a way, did you dirty with that, but also in a way that's just amazing, right? Because again, who gets a credit like that? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, so we've spoken about your obviously you're good with accents, you're good with impressions. Is it even possible for you to have a hidden vocal talent that you actually haven't shown yet?
I'm quite good at whistling and doing proper through the not even using the fingers and stuff. The issue is if I do it now, the boy down here will be like,
"Of course,
what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I get a good opportunity to do all of the things that I want to do. I have always said that there's one voice. I want to get myself to the point where my career is big enough that I'm asked to come in and voice a character, and they go, "So what voice were you thinking for the character?" And I want it to just be like, and there's this one voice, like, just want to go,
so he's this man who is vaguely European, vaguely nobody knows where he is from,
and I want to do this voice, and for them just to be like, okay, cool, and just like see how long I can go before they're like, "I'm really sorry, I just don't think this voice is working," and I'm like,
I don't know what you mean. I think it's a very good, a very perfect kind of voice,
So yeah,
I mean, that would be fantastic. I mean, at this point, I would love for there to be a character who just has that voice for the entire game. Ideally, a main character,
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, this is a very silly thing, but the people watching my channel really, really love it when we do role swaps. I was wondering if there was some way we could do some kind of a role swap. Like you tell me a line, and it doesn't have to be from Wuthering Waves. It could be from any of your games.
Okay. I have a line here for you that is from Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
It's Mr. Hansen. It's Hansen guards his secrets as if they were an embarrassing rectal itch.
Hansen guards his hotel secrets as if they were an embarrassing rectal itch.
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to need you to repeat that for me because I can remember nothing that I hear.
So it's Hansen guards his secrets as if they were an embarrassing rectal itch.
Oh, wow. Okay, that would be really interesting. I feel like that would feel so out of place for my Wuthering Waves character, but I feel like that would actually kind of sound like something I could have said in Dying Light. So I was in Dying Light the Beast, and I play a character called Selby, who's like the comms person, and she swears a lot. Okay. So she's a Scandinavian character, so she's got a different accent. Well, I guess for me, that would sound like Hansen guards his secrets as if they're an embarrassing rectal itch. She's so done with everything.
Nice.
But I feel like that's the kind of line she would say a lot. Now I'm wondering what would be okay, give me one of your characters and I'll think of a line that I then think would suit one of your characters.
Okay. I'm going to go with the technician from the altars here.
Okay. So the silliest moment that my character Carthea has is at one point you can offer her a pineapple pizza, and this is a great point of contention because she is sort of Italian in origin, and so there is an interaction where you can offer her said pizza, and this is the first time she will say anything that isn't very courteous, and she will say, "Ugh, what's this?" Just the sight of it's enough to make me, well, thank you, I appreciate it. But I think you should save it for someone who truly deserves it.
Okay. Oh, what's this? The sight of it makes me want to. That's very kind of you, but I think you might want to save it for someone who might be a bit more grateful.
Thank you.
Loosely paraphrasing.
Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, I was paraphrasing myself because I absolutely forgot. It's a very long line. No, I love that. And I feel like we've spoken a little bit about this already. So for you, I feel like we can summarize the dream role. What's next for Alex Jordan Is there another role, or whether it's a specific character or just a kind of character that you would genuinely love to get to play that maybe you haven't done yet?
I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You've pretty much covered all the bases, haven't you?
No, as in I'm doing it.
Oh, you're doing the role.
Yeah, I'm doing the thing that I'd love to always do.
Right.
Is sort of happening at the moment.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
It's a very cool feeling. It's that feeling going, I've always wanted to do like this kind of thing.
Oh, this is perfect.
And it's happening right now. So, yeah.
I'm very, very chuffed for you. Well, I mean, I can't wait I'll go back and watch this, 2 years down the line or whenever it's out and you can talk about it and be like, so that was the one.
Yep.
Okay, so to wrap this up, is there a moment of community or fan interaction, it could be one that is quite, sincere and earnest, that really stands out to you as maybe just a favorite or particularly meaningful or funny moment?
When someone brought me some saucy artwork that they had done on Baldur's Gate 3 and asked me to sign it. That's probably,
Okay.
Having that, I think it was a very funny moment because, I'm there to sign all these characters that I voice, and then someone rocks up and just goes, "Hey, Sex Noises guy, do you want to sign this kind of very erotic picture that I've drawn?" And it was like, what's the threshold of how erotic it gets at which I say no?
Yeah.
How graphic does it need to be?
Did you sign it ultimately?
I did.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've not reached the limit yet. Not to encourage
We've not
anyone.
reached that limit yet. No, we are yet to find out if there is a limit. But also, I learned very quickly I cannot search on social media Jiyan on public transport.
Right.
Because there's very graphic fan art.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for your time. That was all the questions I'd prepared for you. It was really, really lovely to have you as a guest, and I'm very excited to see
pleasure.
all the future things that you've kind of hinted that you're working on. We'll see down the line what that is. But the really important question is, where could the viewers follow you for more updates like that?
So I'm basically Alex Jordan VO across all, no underscores, no space, nothing, just sort of Alex Jordan VO. Apart from on TikTok, where I think I'm Alex Jordan voice actor.
Right. Oh, right.
But so Alex Jordan VO across all socials. That's where you can find me.
Amazing. And I'll also make sure by the time this is out to have put all that in the description so people can go and follow you. And this is one thing I just ask everyone is there a voice actor that you recommend that I approach next? Like, who should we hear more from?
They are excellent. They are so good at what they do. I think they just deserve all the flowers, and that's Jane Perry.
Oh, yes.
Voice under my throat then. Jane Perry, who is Diana in Hitman. She's Rogue in Cyberpunk. She's done a lot of amazing work. And then David Menken.
Yes.
David Menken, who I just think that dude has just done so much great work. But we have a thing in common where he and I both change our voice quite a lot for what we're doing. And a lot of the time, people don't realize it's our performance.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Then it's like a lot of people kind of like, you will have heard David's voice so many times, but not known it's David.
That's the thing.
And I think he's someone who just deserves all the love and all the praise.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you as well for bringing Gatsby, and thank you for all the lovely recommendations for other people to speak to, and thank you, as always, for watching this. If you have any questions for Alex, you're very welcome to leave them in the comments. He may or may not see them, but I can always try and pass them on.
I'll dive into the comments.
Yes, amazing. So if you have any burning questions, that's where to find him, or on his social media. And let me know if there's any other voice actors that you would like to see me invite. But as always, thank you so much, and thank you to Stargazer for the edit and for Dan for the research. All right, take care. Do you still feel that shift in